we are going to make a lesson plan on the topic habitat. So let us start. First you have to write down the date, class, subject, topic, duration and period. So this topic is habitat. It's from class 6. After that you have to write general names. In general names you have to write 5 general names which helps in the development of a student: mental ability, logical and analytical thinking, solving ability. After that you have to write the objectives. In objectives you have to make a table in which you have to write level and objectives. There are 6 levels and each of the 6 levels have 2 objectives. So the first one is knowledge level. In knowledge level you have to write the 2 objectives, that is students. First is students will be able to know about habitat. Second one is students will be able to know about the importance of habitat. The second level is understanding level. In this, students will be able to learn and understand about habitat. Students will have basic understanding about habitat. Likewise, this you have to write down the all the levels and their objectives. So after that, analysis level, synthesis level and evaluation level. After writing the specific objectives, you have to write the material aid. In that, you have to write the material that is required to make a lesson plan. The first one is roller board, pointer, chalk, duster and chart paper. After that, you have to write previous knowledge, that you are going to make a lesson plan on the topic habitat. So students have previous knowledge about organisms. After that, you have to make a introductory questions in which you have to make a table. Have to write pupil teacher activity column and student response. In pupil teacher activity you have to write the questions which you ask from the students, and student response you have to write the response that your students have given to you. So the topic is habitat. You have to make introductory question likewise in a zigzag manner. So the fifth question comes with the question habitat. So let us see the first question. What are the two types of things that can be found in our surroundings? In the student response, the two types of things that can be found in our surroundings are living beings and non-living things. The second question is, living things are creatures are also known as what? Living things are creatures are also known as organisms. The third question is, what are the basic needs of an organism? Food, shelter, air, water, etc. are the basic needs of an organism. Fourth question is, what do we call a place that provides food, water, shelter, air, etc. to the organism? The place that provides food, water, shelter, air, etc. to the organism is called habitat. Fifth question is, what do you know more about habitat? No response. You see in this pattern, there is a pattern following zigzag manner. This if in the first answer you see the living things and non-living things. So the second question comes from that, living things or creatures. In the second question you see organism, so the third question comes from that. So you are seeing that there is a zigzag pattern followed. After that you have to introduce the topic. That student, today we will study about habitat. After that you have to make a presentation table in which you have to write on the serial number, reaching point, pupil teacher activity, student response. In which you have to write, in pupil teacher activity you have to write the developmentary questions. 2 or 3 developmentary questions you have to write in the developmentary questions. The first question is, where does an organism find its shelter? The organism finds its shelter in its habitat. The second question is, what do you know more about habitat? So no response. After that you will introduce that today is study about habitat. In that you have to give the full explanation of the topic habitat, and in the student response that student will listen carefully. See this. On the right side of that presentation page of the first teaching point, you have to write the teaching method, teaching aid and blackboard work. In the teaching method, first you have to write the developmentary questions followed by the method, question answer method, and the explanation is followed by the explanation method. And this is the material aid. You have to make it in a form of a chart paper or something to explain. And this is the blackboard work that you have written on the blackboard. After that you have to write the second teaching point. So the second teaching point is type of habitat. As you can see, the pattern is the same for all the teaching points. You have to first write the developmentary question, then you have to write the topic, then a statement, that is full explanation of types of habitat. So you can see this. After that you have to write down the teaching method, material aid and the blackboard work. So this is the material aid and this is the method. Followed by the third teaching point. This is the same process. The two developmental question. Name the state where snowfall occurs in winter, so Uttarakhand or Himachal. This is the response given by the student. Then name states where rainfall is more. So no response. Then after you introduce the topic, organism and the surroundings where they live. After that you will give the full explanation. So in the teaching method for developmentary question and explanation method is question answer method for developmentary question and explanation method for the explanation. This is the material aid and the blackboard work. After writing the after writing the presentation and the three teaching points, you have to write the comprehensive questions. In that you have to write the 5 questions. The topic you have taught, you have to write the 5 questions from that only. So the first question is what is the definition of habitat, second what are biotic components, third is give example of abiotic components, and the fourth one is name 2 types of habitat. The fifth question is what are aquatic habitat. After that in blackboard summary you have to write down all the answers of these 5 questions from the comprehensive part, and blackboard in the form of blackboard you have to write it down on a black chart paper. So these are the answers. Then you have to write the heading recapitulatory question. In this you have to write down the fill in the blanks or true false. You have to mainly write the 5 question. You have to choose whether you have want to write fill in the blanks or true or false. It's on yours. So these are the 5 questions that I have written for the habitat topic. The last you have to give the homework. What is habitat? Explain the types and components of habitat with a proper example. So here the lesson plan is complete.